Hi, good morning. Last class we have discussed about metrics of a linear transformation. Okay, today also we are going to discuss two theorems. Now the first theorem is let V be an n-dimensional vector space over the field F and let W be an m-dimensional vector space over F. V is an n-dimensional vector space and W is an m-dimensional vector space. For each ordered pair of bases B, B dash for V and W respectively, the function which assigns to a linear transformation T its matrix related to B and B dash. What is this theorem says? A function F, suppose F is a function that assigns to a linear transformation to its matrix related to B and B dash. This is the function. Is a isomorphism between LVW and the set of all n by m by n matrices over the field F. Now what is set of all m by n matrices? This is F m by n and LVW. And the theorem says that this F is a isomorphism between LVW and FMN. This is our theorem. We have already discussed the proof yesterday. Still, I will repeat the statements. Uh, V is an n-dimensional vector space, W is an m-dimensional vector space, and B and B dash, script B and script B dash. Okay, we write B like this and B dash. Okay, sorry, B dash, B double dash. Okay, B dash. Uh, the function which assigns to each linear transformation T to a matrix related to B and B dash is an isomorphism. That is a matrix. Suppose A is the matrix related to T and B and B dash, then the theorem says that uh, T goes to A. And this map is one to one onto and it is an isomorphism. That means that map is also linear. Okay, hope the statement is clear. So we are going to define a map f from LVW to Fm by n by f of t equal to this one. Okay. Now, as B and B dash are unique ordered basis, matrix representation is also unique. Okay, coordinate matrix is unique. Therefore, this is also unique. Therefore, this function is well defined. Now, what is the meaning of a well defined? One means f of some a equal to f of b implies a equal to b. Now, well-defined means A equal to B implies f of A equal to f of B. Okay. Therefore, there is a unique representation for if you take any transformation T and any transformation U, and clearly as the bases are ordered bases, the representation for T is unique, also representation for U is unique. So T equal to U means uh, but we have the matrix of T is same as matrix of U. That is f of T is same as f of U. Okay. Now to prove f is linear. To prove f is linear, what we have to prove? F of Ct1 plus T2 equal to Cf of T1 plus f of T2. Okay. So let T1 and T2 be two elements of LVW. F of T1 is matrix related to T1. F of T2 is matrix related to T2. Now F of Ct1 plus T2 is equal to Ct1 plus T2 related to B and B dash. In the last class we have discussed if T and U are linear transformation, then clearly matrix of Ct related is Ca plus B is the matrix of Ct plus U. We have already discussed. Okay. Anyway, I'm repeating the process. Ct1 related to this one, and this is okay. Ct1 related to B1 plus T2 related to T2 from B to B dash. Okay, and which is equal to this. Actually, this is same as this is same as this is same as. From this we get C T1 related to B and B dash plus T2 related to B dash from our yesterday's last remark. Okay, there is no need to write this step. This is actually, this is not matrix addition. Okay, we have, if A and B are matrix of T related to B and B dash, then matrix of uh, suppose A is equal to T related to B and B dash, B is equal to U related to B and B dash, then U plus T, matrix of U plus T related to B and B dash is equal to A plus B. We have this result. We are using this result. What is A? This is matrix of T related to B and B dash plus. Okay, that is the definition here. Okay, this is no, you are writing matrix of A plus B equal to matrix of A plus matrix of B. This is actually, this is a linear transformation. And the matrix of CT plus CT1 plus T2 related to B and B dash is same as using this result. Matrix of CT1 related to B and B dash plus matrix of T2 related to B and B dash using our yesterday's theorem. Okay, I think that is a note. Okay, and from here we have also, if T is a, if A is the matrix of T related to B and B dash, then matrix of CT related to B and B dash is same as CA, and which is equal to CT related to B and B dash. We are using this result here. Okay, so this one. From this we get C into f of t1 plus f of t2, that is f of c t1 plus t2 equal to C into f of t1 plus f of t2. Now we have to prove f is 1 to 1. Okay, to prove that is a isomorphism, we have first condition is over, that is a linear transform. Now we have to prove this is 1 to 1. Let t1 and t2 belongs to LVW, then f of t1 is equal to this one, f of t2 is equal to this one. So this one, okay, matrix. So we can directly can't say T1 equal to T2. This is a matrix. Okay. So let A equal to this one T1, matrix of T1 related to B and B dash, and B equal to matrix of T2 related to B and B dash. So A equal to B. So two matrices are equal means their entries are equal. So Aij equal to Bij. That means Aij into beta I equal to Bij into beta I. And that means sigma I varies from 1 to m, Aij beta I equal to sigma j varies from 1 to m, Bij beta I. And which is same as T1 of alpha j. And this is same as T2 of alpha j. This implies T1 equal to T2. Because T1 of basis elements equal to T2 of basis elements. Okay, that means you can write, this is true for every T of alpha equal to C, T1 of alpha equal to T2 of alpha. For every alpha belongs to V. This implies T1 and T2 are linear. Okay, this implies T1 equal to T2. This implies F is 1 to 1. Now we have to prove F is onto. Let's see. So to prove F is onto, we have to take an element from here and we have to prove there exists a linear transformation here with this condition holds. So take one element. Suppose C be an arbitrary matrix in Fm by n. Then by yesterday's theorem we have there exists a unique linear transformation T from V to W such that T of alpha j is equal to this one. Sigma I varies from 1 to n Cij beta I. Okay. Therefore, matrix of T related to B and B dash is equal to C. This implies f of T equal to C. Okay, this implies f is onto. Therefore, there exists thus we get there exists a function f from LVW to mn by n, fm by n, such that f is a linear transformation 1 to 1 and onto. This implies f is an isomorphism from LVW to f m by n. Okay. Now, if you consider here LVW means set of all linear transformation from V to W. Now, if you consider set of all linear transformation from V to V, then that is a linear set of all linear operators. That is here linear operator. So, our space is same. So, we can consider for B, suppose B is a basis for V and B dash is a basis for W in this case LVW. But here if you consider LVV, consider same basis B and for B dash also consider B. Then we get a matrix T and we call this as matrix of T related to B. Okay. So then we call representing matrix simply matrix of T related to the ordered basis B and the representation is this one. Okay. So TB means T is a linear operator and this is the matrix of T related to same basis. Okay. Now moving to definition. The same definition. If T is a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space B and B equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n is an ordered basis for V, then the matrix of T related to B, which is denoted by this one, is a n by n matrix A, where the entries Aij is denoted by the equation okay matrix n by n matrix with entries Aij and it is denoted by I think this is where it's okay where entries Aij are defined by the equation T alpha j equal to sigma I varies from 1 to n Aij alpha I. Okay. Then by above theorem we have matrix of T alpha related to B equal to A into matrix of alpha related to B. Finally, matrix of T alpha related to B equal to, for A we have the notation T related to B. Therefore, matrix of T related to B and alpha related to B. This is not multiplication. This is matrix of T alpha and this is matrix of T related to B and coordinate of alpha. Coordinate matrix of alpha related to B. Here this is coordinate matrix of T alpha related to B. Okay. Now moving to last theorem. Theorem is also very simple. Let V and W and Z be finite dimensional vector space over the field F. T be a linear transformation from V into W and U is a linear transformation from W to Z. If B, B dash, B double dash are ordered bases for V, W and Z respectively, if A is a matrix of T related to the basis B and B dash and B is a matrix of U, okay, matrix of U related to the pair B dash and B double dash, then the matrix of the composition UT related to the pair B and B double dash is the product C equal to BA. Okay, T is a map from V to W. U is a map from W to Z. Okay, so here B is the basis, here B dash is the basis. Therefore, matrix of T related to B dash is A. We assume that A is the matrix of T related to B and B dash. And here B dash is the basis, here B double dash is the basis. Therefore, matrix of U related to the basis B dash, B double dash is B. Now, what is UT? UT is a map from V to Z. And what are the bases B and B dash? Suppose C is the matrix of UT related to B and B dash. UT related to B and, sorry, here B double dash. Okay. This is B double dash. Suppose this be C. Then the theorem says that C equal to B. This is what we have to prove. C equal to B. For proving C equal to B, it is enough to prove the Cij or Ik equal to BA Ik. Ijth entry as same. Okay. So moving to the proof. Proof is very easy. Let B and B equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. Alpha n is a basis for V, and beta 1, beta 2, etc. Beta m is the basis for W, and gamma 1, gamma 2, etc. Gamma p is an ordered basis for BW double dash. Sorry, it's a basis for Z, and it is denoted as B double dash. Okay. Now, we are denoting matrix of UT as C, and this is related to B and B double dash. Okay, and we have to prove C equal to B. Now listen carefully. What is actually, suppose, we'll write. Suppose A is the matrix of T related to the basis B and B dash. What is the representation for T of alpha j? T of alpha j equal to sigma I varies from 1 to m Aij beta I. This is the representation for T alpha j. So similarly, C is the matrix of UT related to the basis B and B double dash. This is elements of B and this is elements of B dash. So here we have to consider elements of B and B double dash. Therefore, UT of alpha j is equal to corresponding matrix is C. And what about the number of elements in B double dash, gamma 1, gamma 2, etc., gamma p? Okay. Therefore, this summation is, we are using the notation sigma. K varies from 1 to p. C, K, J, gamma k. Clear? Here T alpha j, if A is the matrix related to this one, sigma I varies from 1 to m. M means number of elements in B dash. Okay. A, I, J. Here I, here I. Here J, here J. And beta I, here I. So using the same notation, sigma K varies from 1 to P. Here number of elements is gamma 1, gamma 2, etc. gamma P. Okay. So sigma K varies from 1 to P. C, K, J. Okay. Gamma K for j equal to 1 to etc. n. Clear? Now this given this is T related to B and B dash is A, U related to B dash and B double dash is B. So again we are using the notation. So T is a map from V to W. So here we have basis elements alpha i's. Here we have basis elements beta i's. Okay. So T alpha j equal to sigma I varies from 1 to m A I j beta I. Okay. Here j, we have here j, here I, W, number of elements, basis is m. Therefore, this becomes m A I j beta I. Now U is from W to Z. Here elements beta i's and here gamma k's. Okay. So, what is u of beta I? Representation for u is u of beta I equal to, we can write this as sigma k varies from 1 to p. Gamma number of elements is p. And this you can write dot notation as bk I, here I, here I. Okay, earlier here j and second coordinate is j. So u beta I is equal to sigma k varies from 1 to p bki gamma k. Clear? Hope it is clear. Beta u of beta I equal to, as here beta I, we are denoting u of beta I. Beta I is, that is we are not using the notation beta j. Here we have beta I, so we are using u of beta I. Just some notation change. Okay, so now what is u of t of alpha j? U of t of alpha j composition में, and this is equal to u of your use the notation t of alpha j sigma, this notation. Okay, so applying this we have this notation. We will get this one as u is linear. Okay, we can write this sigma this of u of beta I, and now you give the note this representation, this one, u of beta I equal to, here we have this one. Okay, now just to rearrange, we are taking this to here and we can write like this, and gamma k, and we are again changing sigma k varies from 1 to p, sigma I varies from 1 to m, bki aij into gamma k. And if you look at this, we have already discussed this one. This is actually kjth entry of the matrix B. If you look at this, sigma ki equal to 1 to m bki aij, we have already discussed it. Find ba, then okay, and this is kjth entry of ba. Okay, this is what we get, and mark this as equation 2. Now, if you look at equation 1, what is our equation 1? Same ut of, what is our equation 2? Ut of alpha j equal to sigma k varies from 1 to p ba kj gamma k. Okay, ba kj gamma k. Kj the entry of ba gamma k. Now, what about here? Here, what is ut of alpha j? C kj gamma k. As bases are ordered, representation is unique. So compare equation 1 and 2, we get CKJ equal to BAKJ. Okay, BAKJ. That means what we get? This means matrix of C equal to BA. Okay, therefore, if A is a matrix of T related to B and B dash, and B is the matrix of U related to B dash and B double dash, then matrix of UT related to the basis B and B double dash is equal to BA. Okay, clear? That's all for today's class.